Hi, Jami.
Hello. We are here again.
Okay, I have to tell you a funny story about last night.
Yes, please.
So, Matt and I enjoy THC.
Oh, yeah.
And we live in California and
sure.
whatever.
Not a problem.
Well,
Not a problem.
right. We used to smoke at night so we could sleep, like just Matt and I on our back porch. And then Matt, unfortunately, got blood clots in his lungs. And it was horrible. And I think it's from traveling in airplanes every other week, whatever. So we don't smoke anymore, obviously. And now we may just partake in drinks before bed. Okay.
Yes, your little seltzers.
Yes. And I measure it out because one can has 100 milligrams, which is way too much for us. So I measure it out.
Hold on. You buy cans that are 100 milligrams?
I do. But
I thought a 10 milligram can was a lot.
No, but because this exact one is like amazing.
Yeah.
So what I do is each tablespoon, I've figured out the calculations. Each tablespoon is like 4 to 5 grams. So I just dole us out and I get 4 and Matt gets like 2 or 3. So last night there was a little bit left in the can. So I was like, well, okay. So I just like downed the rest, right? So I probably have like 20 to 25 milligrams last night. So I'm in bed and Matt comes up and we were just dying laughing at things. Okay. We're having like the best night. So then I was like, Matt, I really want some candy. Can you go get it for me? And he was like, why do you think I'm still standing up? I knew you were going to ask me for something. Right? So I told him, I gave him instructions on where to find it. So he goes down, he comes back up and they are those Fruit Riot candied grapes.
Okay. I don't know what those are because I'm not a big candy girl, but I know you're a candy girl. I'm a pastries girl. I'm an ice cream pastries girl.
Okay. Well, I'm obsessed with candy, right? So I tell him where to go. So he goes down, he comes up and he was like, I can't believe I just did that. You put the Fruit Riot bag into a chicken nugget bag in the bottom drawer of the freezer so that your kids don't know that you have it so you can hide it from them. And I'm like, hell yeah, I do. I don't want my kids eating that. That's mine. So he was like, what are these things? I'm like, they're candied grapes. He's like, what the you eat candied grapes? I'm like, yeah.
You hid your stash from your kids. I have done the same thing. In our house, our daughter Stevie is a freaking leftovers thief. She has an insane sweet tooth, which I also do too, but we like pastries. And so when I get a sweet tooth, I Grubhub, like crumble cookies. I have this Mud Pie Mojo ice cream that I get from, what is it called? Not Baskin Robbins. Wait, is it? No. Cold Stone.
Oh,
Mud Pie Mojo is the jam. So when I'm feeling like I need to get my sweets, that's what I do. But if I don't eat all of it and I stock it away, it will be gone in the morning. My daughter will sniff it out when she's up at 11 o'clock at night, rummaging through the kitchen for whatever sugar we have. She goes after my shit. So now we have a garage fridge and I have a special bag that I put it in that's not very appealing and it doesn't look like it's anything. So she doesn't know to look in this bag for mom's leftovers. And that's just my little trick.
Exactly. I don't even feel bad about it. You eat everything. I order groceries multiple times a week. I can hardly keep food in the house. So if I want my one bag of Fruit Riot grapes, I'm going to keep those sacred.
I love that Matt Janella, even on however many milligrams of THC, was able to get those things. He was able to find them. It's like a map. Like, I don't know how. He must be highly intelligent because you gave him instructions while you were also high.
I took a video of the whole thing. I'm going to post it on TikTok. It was like, I gave him instructions and I am high. You can see my eyes. I'm high.
Okay, well,
and I'm like, I gave him instructions.
I love the time that Matt aired your out and sent me a video randomly on a group text with me and you where you were going down on some potato chips and candy and THC seltzer in bed watching your shows.
No, I was watching mukbangs of people eating ramen noodles on TikTok.
He aired your out. And I laughed so hard and I could not have related more because I love to eat in bed. I love laying in my bed. It's the most comfortable place in our entire house. I have an adjustable bed. I think you have one too, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I love it because I get to adjust my feet, put my pillow behind my head, adjust it up, do whatever I want. watch my favorite shows, eat my favorite food. I am one step away from buying a dinner tray that lays down in my bed over me.
You know what Matt said last night? He goes, we were joking about this for like hours. He goes, now I know why you like watching my 600-pound life.
Oh.
Because you want to get there, don't you? You just want to eat in bed all day. I was like, yes.
You're trying your hardest. Actually, that sounds like heaven. Heaven is sitting in bed all day long, watching your favorite shows or documentaries with your favorite foods. And I'm telling you, no food is safe. I'm a bitch who will eat spaghetti in bed.
Same.
Call me crazy. And I have white sheets and white bedding. I don't care.
You can bleach
spaghetti, chimichanga, hot sauce, let it rip. That's my bed.
Well, then he goes a step further and he goes, open up your health app on your phone. And I was like, okay. And he goes, go to the last 30 days. He goes, what's your average count of steps? And I said, 3,300. And he goes, Katie, mine is like in the 7,000s. So I step twice as much as you do. And I was like,
shaming your steps. How dare you, Matt Janella? How dare you?
It was so funny. He was like, you don't move and you eat like that. And I was like, I don't know. This is what I enjoy. This is what brings me happiness.
Listen, you've got to live life the way you want to live it. You know what? And listen, the steps, the protein intake, the fiber, it's a lot to keep up with. It's so much. It's so much.
Well, I'm like, you play golf. That's why you're stepping a lot. You know, that's his hobby.
Yes. And he goes to airports a lot and you have to walk a lot. Like, excuse me. Hey, hold on. You mop a lot too. I'm surprised that you don't have more steps than that because you do a lot of cleaning. Because I don't have my
phone on me. I put my phone down. So anytime I'm doing laundry and cleaning, my phone is down. So
you need a tracker. You need a freaking tracker on your wrist.
I do.
Katie, I guarantee.
I do.
Your steps are probably double what Matt Janella is shaming you for. Excuse me. I'll be your lawyer to represent you in the court of law. Matt has no chance.
And I bet I do burn a lot of calories. Come to think of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you do.
Anyways.
Well, with all the shit talking we do, that is a lot of calories, just saying.
True.
It is.
All true.
Okay, I want to start this off by saying, because we're talking about the Valley.
Yeah.
I only liked Janet and Michelle's looks. Now, I will say, okay, I thought Janet looked gorge in the blue dress. I found it to be very simple, but I found it elegant. I liked the hair. I liked the glam. I thought she looked the best she's ever looked. I love the open back. She looked drop dead gorgeous. It wasn't doing too much. Michelle, I liked her dress less, but it was beautiful. It was not an ugly dress. It was actually a beautiful dress, and she looked gorgeous in it. Where my focus was on Michelle was the glam and the hair was on point.
Yeah, it was good.
It looked really, really good. The hair looked really good. The glam looked really good. And I want to give Zack his flowers. First off, he looks great in burgundy, or maybe that's oxblood. I'm not sure. He wore an ice out pin, and I loved every second of that, because you know what? A lot of people with platforms don't want to use it for those reasons. They don't want to speak out on polarizing and controversial topics because they don't want to get canceled. They don't want to get backlash. They want to please everybody. And I appreciate Zack going, no, ice is wrong. I'm going to wear a pin on the biggest platform that I've ever had in my entire life, the reunion stage. Fuck yeah. I love that.
I'm proud of him.
Me too.
I loved Janet's dress. I just didn't, my only thought was the color beautiful. She looked incredible, but that was a standing dress. And there is a difference between a standing dress and a sitting dress.
Okay.
The other dress that I really love, and Zack and I FaceTime yesterday for like an hour and a half, and I've told him this. I love that Lala wore Hervé Leger because it's one of the brands that was an Asian brand that I highlighted because it is, the creative director is an Asian American woman who happens to be my friend. So I love that she wore that because she helped that brand so much. So I really appreciate that. It was a beautiful dress. And I did love Michelle's too. She looked fantastic. Everyone else didn't look as good to me.
No.
Women-wise. I'm not an expert on men's suits, and I really don't even notice most of the time.
So I don't even look at the men's suits, to be honest.
I don't either.
I only noticed Zack's because he was wearing that pin, and I couldn't keep my eyes off of it. I will say for Jasmine, she looks gorgeous in yellow, and she looked gorgeous, period. I liked her glam as well. I thought that her makeup was good. I thought she looked beautiful. I will say about Lala is a stunning woman Absolute, like obviously. I wish she would have worn a different dress. And here's the thing. I love with what you just said that I absolutely love that she's uplifting and highlighting an Asian designer. That part I absolutely live for. And it wasn't that it was a bad dress. I just would have loved to see her in something different. I'll just say that.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that for sure, especially for a reunion. Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a beautiful dress and it fit her like a T. Everything's going to fit her like a T. She looked gorgeous. But I will say, Michelle, I couldn't keep my eyes off of her face and her hair. I just thought it was really, really good. Yeah, it was really good.
She's a pretty girl.
She's a beautiful woman. And I love when they don't do too much. We see a lot of housewives that do too much and it takes away from their beauty, in my opinion. These women on the Valley stage, for the most part, really didn't do too much. And they all did look beautiful. They did. They did. Like, I thought the glam, I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, because the Valley's not known for great glam or style or fashion, but they, I think that it was good. It was good.
By the way, on that note, I follow both Michelle and Jessie, and every time they post a picture or photo or video of their daughter, she is stunning.
Oh, she's stunning.
That little girl. Beautiful. I mean, I love all children, but their daughter is going to be like a supermodel.
Yeah, she's absolutely stunning. God. And she's a mix between the two of them, I will say.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, she's a mix.
She's one of the most beautiful little girls I've ever seen, honestly.
I agree with that. I agree. Now, one thing I hated, I hate this in general, but of course, Danny did it, so it cringed me the fuck out, but because he's this type of guy. I hate when people make those stupid, unnecessary throwaway comments like, it's a great day to have a great day. Shut up. What does that even mean? It means nothing. Like, shut up. You sound so corny. You sound so corny.
It sounds like Barney the dinosaur. Do you remember that show with your kid?
Yes. Oh my God. My son used to watch Barney. We gotta brush our teeth in the morning. We gotta Oh God, I have some of these songs memorized. It's terrible. Barney haunts. Danny. Barney and the Teletubbies haunt my dreams.
Yes.
Haunt my dreams. I'm so glad I never have to do that again.
That's him. Those are his comments. They're like these weird, like kitschy, like, hey, let's go. Like it's all these weird comments.
It's a mask. It's a mask. He likes to just say throwaway generic comments to not deal with the real issue, because the real issue is him, let's face it. And Andy kind of held his ass to the fire and was like, but how do you really feel? And then Danny admitted like, not great or scared to death or something. He said something like that. He was more real the second time. But it's like his gut reaction is to put on a front.
Yes.
Put on a front. Fake the funk.
100%, yes.
Also on the topic of Danny, he looked real small next to his wife on that couch.
And the forehead. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Why are you giving like angry birds? I was like,
he has that furrowed brow. We've talked about his furrowed brow. He has an angry face.
But he got
Danny has a resting bitch face.
Yes, but he got something work done or something. Do you know what I mean? It looks worse.
Yeah, Danny, not great, not great. Don't love the resting bitch face. Brittany is still paying Jax's loan to pay back his tax debt.
Because she has to, right? Because
I know
they were married, right?
The house. And I think it probably would affect her ability to stay in that house, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But it's just like, what is with these men making really poor financial choices that affect their spouses and leave their spouses or ex-spouses to clean up the mess? Because Jesse, too, taking out a $300,000 loan, not even telling Michelle, allegedly blowing the money on stupid shit, and then Michelle agrees to pay half of it just to get her divorce from you finalized. It's icky. It's
we're going to hear about that next part. They teased to it that we're going to hear about this. But the other thing that gave me a huge ick was Luke saying he didn't watch the season at all.
That pissed me off.
He was mostly like, oh, I lived it. No, it's because you're embarrassed. You're embarrassed of how you acted and you didn't want to see it in front of your face. Because I at some times didn't want to watch it either. I was like, oh, because it was more painful for me to watch ways I was treated. But I watched it because I had to be prepared to answer questions for the reunion.
It's smart.
I watched all of it. You have to. This is your job. So him saying, oh, yeah, we're just going through parenthood and we're busy. No, you were embarrassed. Be honest.
Agree. Because if he thinks that he got a good edit and that the audience liked him, he probably would want to watch.
Of course.
Yeah. I understand it being hard to watch back. It's like re-triggering and traumatizing all over again, but this is your job and you're getting paid for it. And when you show up at the reunion, it's smart. It's a smart tactic to watch it so that you can be prepared for how the edit landed and how you were painted on the show. So I hated every part of that. I hated that he said that. I was like, ooh, you should watch it.
Emily says the same thing. She says it on camera too at reunions. I've never watched an episode. She tells me, and she has said on camera, Shane watches it and then lets her know.
Okay, well, I think that's a cop-out. And Emily knows the audience hates her. So I guess I can kind of on a human level understand why she wouldn't want to watch it. But girl, watch it. You're being paid for this.
Yeah, a lot of money too.
A lot of money, which that also shocks me that she makes that much, whatever money she makes on the show. I don't even know how she got cast. I don't know how Gina got cast, but moving on. Okay, also, ew.
What?
Ew. Sometimes I just hate men. Sometimes I hate men. Michelle's ex allegedly basically judging how her body's going to look in the future as partially a reason to break up with her ass. I just wanted to vomit and I was thinking violent thoughts about that big-eyed, crazy-eyed, skinny, ugly man.
Yeah. He looks insane. He wants to talk about bodies. You look like you're in this constant state of shock.
I should have said skinny jean man. that little skinny jean man.
And let's talk about your hairline, bud. It is removing itself from you. Like,
yes.
You want to talk about bodies and later on, you're going to be bald, bitch.
You want to talk, you're going to be bald, bitch. You want to talk about bodies? Quit skipping leg day, bro, at the gym. Quit skipping leg day, bro. You want to talk about bodies?
You have small branches as legs. There are no calves. Shut up.
I hate him. And we should hate him. Fuck
We're
that
allowed
guy.
to body shame him if he's going to body shame that gorgeous goddess of a woman, Michelle.
Correct. And actually, that's the rule. We have our own set of bylaws and rules for BMW, and that is one of them. If you are a racist, a misogynist, a homophobe, a transphobe, an abuser, a toxic person, a bully, you will be made fun of, and that includes your fucking body. That includes
Speak on it, Jamie. Speak on it.
Yeah, girl. Don't make me. Don't make me.
Oh my God, that's too good.
That is our rule. But if you're not one of those things, we will not comment on your body or your looks, okay? That's how we roll.
Well, on the subject of Michelle, it was kind of a bummer to see her get caught lying.
Okay, tell me. Yeah.
Well, she kept saying that I never said that to you about telling her, telling Lacey, I'm sorry. She was claiming I never told you, Lacey, that I was going to expose you, that if threatening
ruin
you.
your life.
Right. And Lacey was like, yes, you did. And all these people have seen the text message. And you could hear Jasmine, Zack. There was one more person that said, yeah, I've seen it. Michelle, you did say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that either. And I think that Michelle did get caught lying. And I think it's like, Michelle, the one thing I agree, and I can't wait to discuss Lacey because I think we're going to land on opposite sides, but that's okay. That's okay. It makes for a great conversation. I think that, Lacey was correct, in saying, like, hey, if you would just own it, we can move on. Like, girl, just come on, set yourself free. And Michelle wouldn't do that, but I can see both sides on a lot of things. And I'm usually not that person. I'm usually somebody who takes a stance and takes a side. I can see both sides when it comes to these women, but I have a lot to say about Lacey's performance.
Tell me. Let's just go there. Just start.
Okay, let's just go there. The one thing I will say real quick before we go there, I hate that we're not discussing the elephant in the room, and that is Dr. Dre. I hate that we're laughing about the fact that she's dating a known abuser.
Yes.
And I hate every part of it. Everybody knows about the allegations. Everybody knows about the outcries against him. Everybody knows about the charges and the convictions, against him. So everybody knows this information, that it is a fact that Dr. Dre very likely is not a safe space for women, and yet she's dating him and we're not addressing it. It's not funny to me.
No.
I hate it.
Well, he's a man in his 60s and he's not going to change. If he was like 30, you'd be like, okay, you need therapy. You need to work on yourself. You're still growing up. He's of a certain age. They're not going to be any different. That's the scary part.
Yes. And we're going to sit here and shit talk Jax, which warranted. Yes, let's shit talk Jax. He's also a very dangerous and, in my opinion, abusive toxic person, a horrible person. We're going to talk all about him, but we're not going to address the Dr. Dre stuff. I think that that's crazy. I think it's, I don't think it's okay. And I don't want to laugh about it. I'm not wanting to laugh about the fact and giggle that she's dating Dr. Dre. Okay. On the topic of Lacy, here's the thing. Lacy wants to point her finger and say, I like Lacy. Okay. We met her. I thought she was sweet. I mostly like her on the show, but I have some questions, and I've stated that before. She wants to point her finger and say misogyny lives deep in the two of you, and you want to do this and you want to do that. But Lacy, you're the same person who's calling Michelle out on the stage, a mom, basically mom shaming her for bringing a man into her life and it didn't work out. You're saying that, and that also I think is misogyny. I think that is deep-rooted misogyny in Lacy to say that, to shame Michelle for dating a man and it didn't work out and she happened to introduce that man to her daughter. She's trying to make it look like you made a bad choice as a mom. That's number one. Number two, I also didn't like that, Lacy, you're the same person who defended Danny this season. Danny is a known toxic man who verbally abused his wife and others, and also put his hands on more than one woman when it wasn't warranted, wasn't wanted, wasn't, it was SA, okay? It was, and Janet called it out, whether people want to say it is or not, okay? It was inappropriate, unacceptable. They did not give him permission to put their hands on him, but you defended him during the season, so what do you call that? Is that misogyny? I would say yes, it is. So I just think, I agree with her that there might be some misogyny living within Lala and or Michelle, but it's like, but you've also got to take accountability for you having some misogyny as well. So it didn't land with me, everything she was saying. Also, this is a woman who she wants to call out Michelle's relationships and stuff like that and say, oh, you're just projecting onto me because you hate your ex-husband and this and that, and calling out Michelle's relationships after Jesse. But it's like, you're not nice to Jesse. You're not nice to Jesse. If the roles were turned and Jesse was calling you out, known for calling you out at everything you do gives him the ick. Everything you do makes him roll his eyes. Everything you do, he's the call out king. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. And everybody loves that she just basically exists to call out Jesse. That's not a relationship. That to me is not a healthy, nurturing relationship. So you're also, if you're dating Jesse and you're well aware of the things that he did to Michelle, let's just say the one like the financial, I will call it financial abuse. When you go and get a $300,000 loan, you blow the money, he's not denied it, and then you're okay with her paying half of your bullshit and she didn't even know about it. And Lacy, you're basically giving that the stamp of approval because you're dating him and why haven't you called him out on that? She doesn't call him out on everything. She calls him out on things that will gain audience favor because he's kind of known as a douche, but she won't call him out for actual toxic behavior that makes her look bad, which is that he took out that loan and was okay with his ex-wife paying half. So I'm just not going to sit here and go, oh my God, go Lacy, go, you are so right. They're misogynistic. You're not. Their relationships were dumb and bad and yours are not. Like, I also don't agree with the cease and desist. I think that was bullshit. So I don't know. I'm not here for everything Lacy said. I go deeper and go, I think it's a bit hypocritical. And I think that she doesn't take accountability for her actions and also doesn't call out. They love that she calls Jesse out, but only on funny little soft things of him being a douchebag, but like call him out on the financial shit that he did to Michelle. That was bad. And I think it's also, I don't fuck with her when she says, Michelle, I would be on your side. If you told me certain things about Jesse, I would be on your side as a mom. I would call you and say, I've got your back. No, you don't. Because she has said things that Jesse's done that were horrible, the financial stuff, but you're not on her side with that. You're not calling him out for that. So I just think that Lacy, I question why she's with Jesse because I don't think she's in love with him. And I actually don't even think she really likes him just based on her treatment of him. That's my opinion. And I also just question her saying other people need to take accountability, but she's not holding Jesse accountable. I think Lacy tries to play into audience favor. That's what I think. What say you?
And that's hard to argue with because I can see your points. And a lot of those things that you just said, I've never actually thought about. Allegedly, according to Jesse, when I spoke to him, Michelle did know about the $300,000. And then this is his side, right? There's somewhere in the middle, right? Her side, his side. She did know about it and she agreed to it and signed off on it and then went on the vacation with him using the money during COVID. Mm-hmm. So if you know that your spouse got a loan for $300,000 and even if you didn't agree with it, you're like, all right, well, let's use it. Let's go on vacation. You are kind of allowing this to happen. So maybe you paying it back, you are somewhat responsible more than just legally. I do agree with you that I wish she would call those kinds of things out with Jesse because you can't claim misogyny, like you very eloquently said, and then not call out your partner. It has to be across the board. Mm-hmm. But I do like how succinct she was. I liked how calm she was. I like how she gathered Michelle. I like how she called out Michelle for lying because there was a lot of that going back and forth. And what Michelle was giving to me in that moment was jealousy. And she doesn't need to be jealous. She's apparently very happy with Dr. Dre. She's apparently loves her life. And she is a wonderful mother, it looks like online to me, at least. But I don't know. It was giving a little bit of jealousy to me with Lacy. Okay. Or maybe not just jealousy, maybe just like, what's the word? She's like, upset. She has said it. I'm upset that he never treated me like he's treating you.
Okay. I will say that I hear you. Number one, people want to give Lacy credit for holding her composure. So did Michelle. But they think that maybe Lacy held her composure better. Both those women held their composure during that whole exchange. Michelle never screamed, never yelled, never acted in any kind of aggressive manner. I think Michelle held her composure pretty much as well as Lacy did. So I just think that's
Michelle was giving dirty looks. That's why I say that. She kept giving dirty looks and they kept panning to it. So production knew it because they kept showing it. Where Lacy just sat there stoic, which I appreciate. Like Michelle, you don't need to give her every time Lacy opened her mouth, even when they weren't going back and forth, they panned over to to Michelle, and this might be editing, but they'd pan over to Michelle and she'd be like giving her the dirtiest look.
But you know what? I resonate with that because I would also give dirty looks. If I had this woman sitting there with my ex, who I know is a toxic, douchey man, in my very strong opinion, and being okay with all that behavior, all of it, like not calling him out on the important things. And right. So I would be like, girl, okay. I would be rolling my eyes in the back of my head. And I just think that that's just, and I still think that that's holding your composure, but that's just me. I can understand where you would think that that's still kind of like maybe childish or whatever. Yeah. Also, Lacy used the word gaslighting. I'm being gaslit. I'm being gaslit by these women. I think Michelle is being gaslit by Lacy. Lacy is when you know that your ex-husband, Jesse, did all these like toxic things, and let's just be honest, he's known to be a self-absorbed douche. He is known to be that way, right? He's also known to like not be good with money and all the things. Yeah. So, and Lacy still is going to be in a relationship with him. So to me, that's like co-signing his behavior. Michelle is screaming from the mountaintops. Jesse did this to me. Jesse did that to me. I am traumatized by what my ex did to me. He mistreated me. Lacy's not giving her any validation. Lacy's saying that she's a woman who will validate. You're not validating Michelle's real feelings over the things that Jesse really did to her. In fact, you're in a relationship with him and you're co-signing it. That to me is gaslighting. I think that Michelle's reactions to Lacy and her rolling of her eyes and being very triggered by Lacy, I don't think it's jealousy. I think she feels gaslit by both Jesse and now Lacy. Yeah. I don't think she's jealous. I really truly think that Michelle's thriving right now. I think she's happy with her life. She's been honest and real and vulnerable to point out the differences between the way that Jesse treats Lacy versus how he treated Michelle. Yeah. But I don't read it as jealousy. If it was jealousy, I don't think she would point it out because she'd be too prideful to admit it. I think that it's reading as she's being gaslit somewhat on some level by Lacy. Yeah. So I don't know. That's just my read. But I can find fault in Michelle in this situation. I can find fault in Jesse, and I can find fault in Lacy.
Yeah. I will say that is frustrating to see. I've gone through what I've talked about a lot of times with my ex-husband, some pretty horrible things. And he seemed in the beginning, to be treating his new wife so much better with so much more respect. So I can resonate with Michelle being like, what the fuck? Like, this is not who you are. Show her who you really are, right?
Yeah.
But then again, my ex-husband allegedly has shown his new wife who he is in multiple occasions in front of multiple people, being allegedly very abusive. So if Michelle sits back, if this is true, if Michelle sits back and lets them have their moments together and be in this relationship, people don't change overnight. And he will show Lacy the same things if it's true what Michelle is alleging. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. And also going back to our previous conversation, I will just say that I find it so weird and actually kind of cringy that everybody thinks it's funny that Lacy is known for calling Jesse out. She calls Jesse out. She calls Jesse out. And even Jesse, I don't want to use this term because it will be inappropriate, but he's giving the vibe of like a submissive partner who's been sort of like beaten down, not in a physical sense, to where he even has to say, well, I like it because somebody has to call me out. No, actually they don't. When you're in a partnership, neither one of you should exist to call the other out. That's weird. Katie, what if you and I had a friendship and my role was like, well, Jami calls Katie out. Jami, and you were out there admitting, well, yep, look, somebody needs to hold me accountable. Somebody's got to do it. Jami does it well. That would be weird.
It is weird.
Why? So that's where I'm just like, Lacy, I don't buy everything because it's not matching with what I'm seeing. She doesn't ever give energy that she even likes that man. And if we're going to call her emotionally intelligent, well, then why is she with Jesse? Like, truly, how are you emotionally intelligent and you're with Jesse? Okay, we're going to move on. But also, yeah, no, please tell me.
No, I just love how you make me think. And I don't mean you're changing my way of thinking.
No, I don't want
to. And you don't. But you always lead me to think about situations in a different way. And I really appreciate that. Because like I said, some of what you just said, I didn't even see. But now that you've said it, I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah. And I think it's being open to hearing someone else's opinion, even if it's not yours, and being able to see how their opinion works. And I appreciate that.
Thank you. And I appreciate you saying that. I actually feel the same about you because you have taught me to watch these shows in a different way. I'm watching reality TV literally differently because of Katie Janela. Because of my friendship with you, I watch it and it's opened my eyes. It's actually changed my opinion on some things because now I watch it this way versus the way I used to watch it. So, and I'm always open. Katie, you and I align on a lot of things, but how fucking boring would it be if I just backed up everything you said and you backed up everything I said? I'm not going to always agree with you. You're not going to always agree with me. We have two different brains, two different perspectives. I love that. But I will always hear you out. And you're an intelligent woman. And so when you say something, I know it's not bullshit. Like you came to that conclusion with your intelligent mind. And so it's like, I'm going to hear you out and go, well, wait, so anyway, I appreciate you.
Well, you know what else I love about you, Jami? When you do meet some of these people that you talk shit about and they come up to you, you're like, yeah, I did say that and I meant it. Yeah, you wearing yoga pants all the time. It's fucking cringy and I don't like it.
I stand by the yoga pants and the trucker hat and the jean jacket comment. But it doesn't.
You're so funny. I'm sorry. Turning red. You're so funny. Oh my God.
You know what? Because I have so many spicy opinions and I, to my own detriment, have put them all out on the internet, purposely. This is a
for our
choice.
Entertainment.
Yes, this is a choice I've made. Yes, for your entertainment. Sure. I know I'm going to rub elbows with some of these people and I have. And I think that my motto in life, and I've told my kids this, I've told them this so many times. It's like, have an opinion. If you feel strongly about something, have an opinion. Don't be afraid to state it because when you're called to the carpet on it, you can back it up as to how you came to that conclusion. If I can back something up, I have no problem having an opinion, expressing it in a public way. And if I'm confronted by that person, I'm so happy to have a respectful conversation and said, your outfit was trash, but here we are. And I'm going to be nice to you anyway.
The belt buckles need to go.
I will say they have to go. I mean, that's a fact. And once again, I will say double G Gucci belt buckles, it's been scientifically proven, backed up by DNA evidence. Those are out.
Donate it like I did. Donate the Gucci belt. Donate
Don't
it.
even sell it. Nobody wants that shit on Poshmark. Donate it.
Oh, okay.
I love us.
I love us too.
Oh my God. Okay. Brittany gave her loser ex about $10,000 fucking dollars.
What the fuck?
Ugh. I hate that for women.
Her picker isn't good, and it makes me sad because she needs a good man. Well, she doesn't need it. That's what I'm saying.
No, nobody needs a man.
She wants a part.
Except for this one back here. Where's my baby? Where's my clipper?
That's the best man.
That's the only man.
Oh my
God!
Right there, look at how he's sleeping. He's so cute.
That's the only man you need.
So cute. But she wants a partner. I get that. And I think she needs a type of partner that is going to bring so much to the table. They meet 100 instead of 100-0.
Oh, that's I love the way you put that. And I totally agree. And we also learned in this reunion, which I love for Brittany, she's meeting with a narcissistic abuse coach or therapist.
Yeah. Therapist.
I love that because there are narcissistic men out in these streets running amok. And I really do think that certain women need to have coaching on it to be able to spot the signs of a narcissistic man, because it can be very, very dangerous. It can be very dangerous to get into a relationship or any kind of partnership with any kind of narcissistic person. Like it's scary. So I love that she said that, and I love that she's doing that for herself. Okay, real quick. What did you think about when Nia was called to the carpet about giving support to Brittany after her surgery on social media, which makes her look good, but not really doing it in person, like actual in real life, like sending a text or calling her. And she gave her reasons, I should say, not an excuse, whatever. And she was quick to bring up, and, to be honest, I was in postpartum, I have 4 babies, like this and that. And then the camera pans over to Jasmine and she rolls her eyes. What did you make of that?
Well, they shot Brittany's whole surgery. It was in season. And you're not, like I've told you before, you're not allowed to call. You're not allowed to text. You're not allowed to call. But we still do.
Yeah.
So I thought it was bullshit. She blamed it on her family. A text literally takes 0.1 second to be like, how are you? Are you okay? Thinking of you, sending you healing vibes. What can I bring over? Do you need any help with your son? Anything like that takes 10 seconds to send that kind of text. It was bullshit. She just didn't want to take responsibility. She blamed it on her kids.
I agree with it. And I don't think that Jasmine rolling her eyes I can't speak for Jasmine, but if I were to get in her head and guess as to what she was thinking, she's not rolling her eyes at Nia having postpartum depression. I'm sure Jasmine believes that she was absolutely in the throes of postpartum depression. That's a real thing. I don't think Jasmine was discounting that. I think Jasmine, much like you and me are sick and tired of people using certain traumatic experiences, like Ryan, Vicky's son-in-law, using, going to Afghanistan as maybe, or not him using it, but Vicky and Brianna making that an excuse as to why he treats women so horribly. But going back to the Valley, I think Jasmine, like many of us, are just sick and tired of Nia using that as an excuse to not be a good friend. I don't think that's the real reason she wasn't being a good friend. I believe Nia had postpartum depression. She was struggling after the birth of her children, very young children. That's a real thing. I believe her. I have empathy for it. Point blank, period. At the same time, I don't believe Nia that was the reason that she couldn't show up in the proper way for her friend who did go through a very difficult surgery. It does not matter that it was elective. Oh, Brittany did this to herself. So what? She still did it. She did it for a reason, and she's in pain. She's doubled over. She's recovering. She's a single woman. She needs help. Like, this is a very vulnerable situation. It's a very hard situation. And as a lot of women know, recovering from a tummy tuck and a mommy makeover is not easy. And it is a lengthy process. And so for Nia to be able to go on social media and show support takes the same amount of time to send a direct text message to your friend. So why did you choose to do it on social media and not on text? I think it's because she wanted to look good in her public image and because Nia is very concerned about public image. And I think she just needs to admit that. I think she just needs to say, not bring up the postpartum depression or anything. I think she just needs to say, I should have sent you a text. I took the time to do it on social media, but I didn't take the time to send a text, and I should have, and I'm sorry.
Well, all I kept thinking when she said that was, but wait, you and Kristen both had said on this season, we talk every day. I talk on the phone to Nia every day. So if you can talk to Kristen on the phone every day, you can send a text checking on Brittany.
Agree with you. So I also think that Jasmine's eye roll was taken out of context. Yes, of course, it looks very bad that she's eye rolling after a woman says, I had postpartum depression. But I don't think, and I would love for Jasmine to speak for herself, but I don't think she was saying, oh God, she didn't have postpartum, or oh God, here we go. I don't think it was that. I think it was that she didn't believe Nia when she uses postpartum as maybe an excuse to not show up as a good friend. Also, I clocked that they talked about the fact that Jasmine filmed her very good friend getting into an altercation with Lacy. Oh, but nobody's mad at her. And I'm not saying they should be. Oh, but Katie filmed Shannon, and it's the end of the fucking world.
Well, the other thing that they don't let Jasmine do is speak. And she addressed that. She said, the reason I'm spicier in my confessionals is because nobody fucking cuts me off. And that's the same with me. In a situation, they wouldn't let me speak. So I took to my confessionals to say how I felt and give my opinion. And whether people like that or not, I don't know. But if you saw that scene, they pan over to Zack, and Zack's like smiling and nodding his head in support of Jasmine. Because she's like, in these spaces, you guys shut me down. So why would I even try to speak up anymore? And I
have a note about that too. Oh, I agreed with it. I was like, this makes so much sense to me. They do shut her down. We've seen it in real time multiple times. Kristen has shut her down. These people shut her down at every turn. So when she gets in her confessional, she can say whatever the hell she wants and nobody's going to shut her up. That was a perfect answer. It was the perfect answer. And I love that she's like, and I don't care what so-and-so from Michigan thinks. And they're like, well, actually they said Vermont or whatever it was. Like, it's
she's like, oh yeah, that bitch. Same thing.
That bitch, Brenda. It's probably Brenda from who knows
Marsha. But I felt her. I was like, man, because the confessionals are so therapeutic. I loved it. It was my favorite part of the job.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of people say confessionals are their favorite part of the job. I think Reza said that on Jeff Lewis Live. He's like, oh, I live for the confessionals.
It really is great.
When Michelle and Lacy were going back and forth, and this is where I believe Michelle. Michelle confronted Lacy and she says, you had me on the phone and you told me exactly how our relationship's going to go down. And then you said, I will sue the shit out of you because I have all the money in the world. I kind of believe Michelle on that. I believe Lacy said something to that effect.
I didn't. Only because I don't take Lacy as the type to say, I have all the money in the world. Now, there are a lot of women in Newport that I've met. One I told you was going through casting, and she was like, my kids are set up. I have so much money. I don't take Lacy as saying that. Now, maybe she threatened with, I will sue you. I believe that part. But I literally don't believe she said I have all the money in the world. I don't. Or I have so much money.
I would love receipts on that because that would be interesting.
Right? But it was on the phone, right? Yeah.
What else did I have a note about? Oh, never say. Oh, yeah. And then on the topic of Lacy, when she tells Michelle, well, I've never seen that behavior from Jesse in the moment. And she says she'll call Michelle and say, and have her back if she does see bad behavior by Jesse. But again, this is what I was talking about earlier. You have seen and heard of bad behavior by Jesse, but that doesn't seem to be what you're calling him out for. So I just don't believe Lacy when she says, and I will call you mom to mom and have your back. No, you won't.
No,
you won't.
I don't think so either, actually.
No.
But, let's hope for their sake this dies down and they can raise the daughters together and separately, because Lacy has a daughter too. And this goes well for the kids. That's all I really
agree. And I do think that we've seen nothing other than the fact that Lacy and Michelle are wonderful mothers, and they probably both do have it in them to get along and co-parent better. They just got to get through these lumps, but I do think they both have it in them. Once everything kind of calms down and dies down, it's still very fresh for Michelle.
Yeah, very.
And you can see that she's working through a lot. Wait, oh my God, Michelle, when she looked at Jesse and then the camera cut to something else, she goes, "You're ridiculous."
The part that I was like, Michelle, you lost me with that one. She was like, 4 months after we separated, you were having sex with him. And I was thinking like,
it was 3 months. Yeah, but I know.
Also,
but I was like,
and like
I know.
you were doing your thing with your soon to be bald headed man. Like we no, you're moved on. I don't
with
know.
your skinny jean, crazy eyed dude.
Fucking bug eyes. He has to have like a thyroid issue or something. It's weird.
Twig legs, you little twig leg motherfucker. Don't you dare talk about Michelle's body 10, 20 years from now. Fuck you.
Bitch, shut up. But okay. I was kind of like, oh, well, who cares, you know?
Yeah,
who cares
exactly.
When he had sex?
I think that was just her working through her trauma. Who knows? Who am I to call somebody out for having trauma? I hated that Gina did that to you, so I shouldn't have just said that about Michelle. But it does appear that Michelle is working through some post-divorce trauma. It does appear that way. Okay. Yes. I didn't love our boy Zack calling Janet's gift giving manipulative. I just don't agree with it. I just don't think it's. Give me more. Give me more. Yeah. Are there more instances of her giving gifts to gain favor with people? I would love to know. I actually have an ex-friend who was like that, and it was weird. I just don't see it, or I'm not seeing enough evidence. I just think it's another thing that they want to have against Janet, and it's just not landing with me as a reason to continue not liking her. Like I
agree.
Okay.
And I do think that sometimes people's love languages are to give gifts to show love. Mm-hmm. I don't think a lot of times people mean like, oh, let me show you how much money I have, or let me manipulate you. Mm-hmm. You know, like my daughter, her love language is gifts. Mm-hmm. So whenever she goes somewhere, she'll come home with something little. I thought about you, Mom. I knew you would want this. And she gives it to me. That's her love language of giving.
It's very sweet. Yeah.
You know, so maybe that's Janet's. Maybe that's the way she shows people she cares.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. I didn't love that. And it's like, again, it's looking like Kristen and Luke are just wanting to double down in their dislike of Janet. Yes. But like the reasons that they're giving, at least on camera, are just not landing. So I'm like, okay, give me more. Maybe in the next part of the reunion. But speaking of Kristen, this is rich. Kristen, of all people, saying with her full chest, she wants to see evolution, not fake change when it comes to Janet.
Evolution? Do you know who you're sitting next to on the couch, Kristen?
This is you and I think exactly alike. I said, you are uplifting two cavemen, fucking Danny and your own man, Luke. You are uplifting these cavemen, and you are upholding the patriarchy and their toxic behavior. And you want to talk about evolution? Babe, whoa, Kristen. And I know Kristen steps in it a lot with her words and then probably thinks about it later and like, fuck. I hope this is one of those moments because, girl, that is so rich coming from Kristen Doty. So rich.
Because honestly, Janet, like we've said, she did so much to try to help her situation with these people. She apologized. She kept apologizing. She stayed quiet. There's only so much a woman can take. She can't take being beat down like that. But your husband your fiance didn't hold back. Mm-hmm. He literally mom shamed you. He's the mother of his child over and over and over on camera.
Yes.
Janet did not do that to you.
No, and he might do it again in part 2 or 3 of the reunion because they asked, well, would you still propose if she had never gotten pregnant or something like that, or after something like that. And again, it's just him shaming the mother of his child. It just, Kristen, please look at the 2 cavemen that you are writing so hard for. Please look at the 2 cavemen next to you. And then tell me again how you're the barometer. You should not be the barometer of whether somebody's evolved or not. You are the last person on this cast who should be the bar for that. Like the decider of who has evolved and who has not, because you're literally holding up 2 cavemen. I can't. That killed me. And I actually so hardcore agreed with Jason when he called Kristen out and he says, you don't like these are not his exact words, but basically like, you don't like my wife because you thought it would gain favor with the audience to be an adversary to Janet. That's what you're doing. That's the only reason you have. Like that's what and we're seeing that she made the wrong choice. People are turning on Kristen because it's too much and it's not landing. But I agree with him.
But even at the reunion, she was like, ha, 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 like mocking Janet. I'm like, how old are we? We have to move on from that. Let's have actual let's have actual conversation, because it's not landing for you. It's just not.
No, when Janet said something like, well, the couples you do support never end up together. And then Kristen thought about it. And she's like, you really thought about that one, huh? You just thought you were going to say that. And you just couldn't wait to pull that one out. Okay. Kristen.
It's too much. It's gotten to be too much.
It's too much. She's going too far and it's not landing. And Kristen says the main reason that she said, no, it's not hate, Andy. It's not hate. I don't hate her. It's disdain. Oh boy. Same fucking thing.
Yep.
Exactly. You're parsing hairs. But she says that the main reason she has this was such bullshit. Again, this is what I'm saying. Kristen, you need to give us more, because this is not landing. This is not enough for you to have this level of disdain for Janet. She said the main reason that I have disdain for Janet is the way she treats Zack. Zack is my ride or die. He's my best friend. Cool. You called Brittany your ride or die and your number one, and you treated her like shit. So, okay. Tell me again, this makes no sense. So you're going to sit here and say that you have immense disdain for Janet. Now your reason, she's grasping at straws. Now your reason is because the way she treated Zack. Well, how'd she treat Zack? Then Janet asks for an example. No example is given. Zero examples are given. I can't with these people.
I agree. And now knowing what I know about Janet's birthday party and her uninviting him over something he said on live, it has gotten too tit for tat. It has gotten to middle school behavior on all fronts.
Yes.
It's too much. We have to move on. These shows, again, we can remind you guys, are about conflict and resolution. Mm-hmm. We are tired of seeing one conflict play out beyond the season. We've got to move on. This is supposed to be a group of friends. Yeah, you're not going to like everything everyone does all the time, but we're exhausted of it. We're tired of it. Something has to change.
Yeah, I agree. And it's never going to land with the audience. We know history, throughout the history of reality TV, the audience starts to turn when there is no resolution. Look at OC as a classic example. The audience hates the current cast because they don't resolve anything. They didn't resolve, with certain members of the cast. Right. That's you and mainly you. But they got pummeled for it. And it's like, this is about to happen to Kristen. It could happen to Zack. It's like, you've got to move on at a certain point. And Janet is trying. She's the only one trying. And she's being funny about it. She's not. And Kristen tries to go on a diatribe about, it's because I gained favor back with my VPR friends because they allowed me in. I didn't force my way in. Janet's not forcing herself in anywhere. Nowhere. No. She's making little jokes about, wait, did you just call me your best friend? Haha. I think it's funny.
I do too. And it's light.
And it's light. It's like Janet's not bursting through the door saying, here I am, forgive me, I'm here. Like, where is she? So Kristen, none of your comments make any sense. They're not landing. They're just not. And it's making I can see why it's making the audience turn on Kristen, because it's like, you're not making a lick of sense. Also, what I will say is that because I have to always be honest about my full opinions on every reality TV star, even ones that we like. Okay. I love Zack. And I know you love Zack. He's one of your best friends. Yeah. And for a very good reason. I will say, Brittany said on that reunion stage, I always impersonate people, but when I'm talking about something serious, I can't. She said he screamed and yelled at her. And this is something that I've seen Zack do with women before. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. I don't think he should do it. And I think that Zack should work on that. Is Zack also very endearing and sweet? Yes, he is. And he's funny as hell. Love him on the show. Don't get rid of him. He is necessary. Love that he wore the ice out pin, because I appreciate that he's speaking out. And when nobody else on that stage is, Zack is. So I appreciate, he deserves all the flowers for that. But at the same time, don't raise your voice at women. And he's done it before. Yeah. And Brittany now said again that he did it to her. I don't like that. So I'll say that. But I do love Zack, and I love him on the show.
I don't love that either. And I do. And I'm not making an excuse. I'm not. Mm-hmm. Zack is a very loud person.
Yeah, he is.
In general, like when I went and picked him up with Heather Caswell, I was like, oh my God, he's so loud. He's so great, whatever. He's a loud person. But he got to a level he maybe shouldn't have with Brittany. Mm-hmm. The only excuse I will make is they are like brother and sister. They have grown up together in Kentucky.
Yes,
Kansas, Kentucky. And I think that they've always operated this way where they're like brother and sister. That's not an excuse, but sort of is, but it's a reason.
It's still not okay. It's still not okay. Let's make that clear.
It's still not okay.
Right.
But I think that that's how he sees it, is like we're brother and sister kind of thing. But still not okay. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And I think that you're adding context, but you're not saying because they see themselves as brother and sister, this makes it okay. You're adding context. And they do have they've admitted they have a brother-sister relationship. And I know my kids, brother and sister, they also yelled and screamed at each other. So but yes, it isn't okay, and I don't like it, and I don't want him to be doing that. So I will just call that out. But I'm very much looking forward to part 2 and 3 because we're going to get into the Danny of it all, which they really didn't even address that on this one. They're waiting. They're holding the good stuff for later. So you and I are sat and ready for this reunion.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really curious to know what Danny and Nia are going to say on that stage.
Well, I'm going to make a prediction like you did last episode. If I was their publicist, I would tell Danny, go in there and apologize, own everything, say you're going to start counseling, do X, Y, and Z. I am predicting he is not going to do that.
I agree.
He's going to double down. He's going to double down. He's going to tell everybody why it's okay. He's going to deflect, why it's not his fault, because that's what we've seen. He's foreshadowed all of it for us already. So that's what I think. He's just going to double down.
I agree with you. I think that prediction is going to come true. And I will go a step further. If I was Danny's PR agent, I would say all the things you just said. And I would say, Janet doesn't owe you an apology. Do not ask for one. Do not expect one. You did something that was inappropriate, which you should apologize for. And you can say, I didn't. You can say, I don't agree with the terms that Janet used. You can personally not agree with her, but also say she said it. It was accurate per definition in the freaking dictionary. She said it because I did something to make her say it. Do not expect an apology from Janet. She owes him no apology for calling out what he did to another woman or women.
True.
So
very true.
Stop. Like that invalidates. If he's going to apologize, but then say, but now I need an apology from Janet, it invalidates his apology and it makes it renders it useless, in my opinion.
Very true.
Can't wait. All right, let's get out of here. BMWs, mine and Katie's spicy hot takes have landed us on the Bravo cell block once again, but you, our spicy BMWs, can put money on our books by leaving the podcast a 5-star rating and review in Apple Podcasts.
And if you want to leave us a comment, ask us a question, have a hot take for us you want us to share, you can at speakpipe.com/Bravo. That's SPEAKPIPE.com/Bravo.
And go subscribe to us on YouTube at Bravo's Most Wanted. We are putting out 4 videos a week at minimum at this point. So please subscribe, hit us up in the comments. We love engaging with you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Katie.
Bye.